We have a wild Rockets trade update as this is just getting absolutely absurd as Trae Young is now being mentioned in the latest trade talks in Houston, even though Rafael has preached continuality with this team for the upcoming future. Welcome into Rockets Digest. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you joining us. We've gained so many subscribers and we're oh so close to our goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the week. We've got 2 days left and less than 90 subscribers to go. 918 right now, so if you have not already, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's free to do, and we're giving you Rockets content basically every day, sometimes twice, 3 times a day at this point. You're not going to miss anything with the Houston Rockets if you subscribe to this channel. Let's get right into it in talking about Trae Young, as he has been an interesting trade topic for this Houston Rockets team pretty much since the offseason has started. We've seen your comments mentioning Trae Young. We've seen that Jalen Green is somebody who is also wanted to be kept, and Fred VanVleet is somebody who wants to be kept. And so Trae Young now being mentioned and put into a full perspective is something I really wanted to talk about. And this report coming from Rockets SI saying Houston Rockets, could Trae Young be an option? Now, there is a lot of superstars that the Rockets are obviously going to be open for. We had a new report today that also said the Rockets are going to be in on stars. Names like Giannis, Kevin Durant have popped up. But in some ways, I'm more in the market of getting a Trae Young, a Ja Morant, and my favorite asset thus far, a Tyler Hero. But Trae Young is a good player. If you look at his stats, they're very good. 24.2 points per game. He has 11.6 assists per game, which, funny enough, Trae Young is not a defensive guy. However, the Rockets are a very good defensive team, and Trae Young is a very good shooting guy. He can also assist. He fits well with kind of growing the offense, and he's only 26 years old, so that's a big thing as well. Now, there's a lot to discuss when it comes to Trae Young because he is not going to be the, let's say, easiest thing to get in terms of what the price would be and how much the Rockets would have to pay, because in all reality, Giannis and KD are going to be a lot. Trae Young is also going to be a decent amount, which is where we go into in this report. Saying, quote, Young is 26 years old, and he has averaged 25.3 points, almost 4 rebounds, and 9.8 assists every single game throughout his career. In the playoffs, he's averaging 26 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. And in 2021, he went to the Eastern Conference Finals, end quote. So a lot to like there. The assist numbers are high, which is something the Rockets do need. The points are high, which is something the Rockets do need. And he has playoff experience, which I think is the big thing, because with Trae Young, you're probably throwing away Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet is probably not going to come back in that aspect. And so what is the baseline for, is Fred VanVleet going to come back with that $40 million contract? Do they restructure his contract? If they don't restructure that contract, or they say we want to, he could easily just walk from the Rockets and you're left stranded, and that's where Trae Young becomes the option, which is where we continue on in this article. Saying, quote, one of Houston's biggest flaws is shooting. Young has been a consistent shooter throughout his career, and he could fix that issue. However, he is flawed on defense, which is what the Rockets live by, end quote. And that's where the big thing kind of comes in, because when you look at this Rockets squad, it's a defensive-minded team. That's really how they won a lot of their games in the 52 wins this season. Now, in the playoffs, they could use more offense. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic here for Houston. Do you try and go out, and if you make a trade at all, work on defense? Do you try and go out and work on offense? Because you had kind of 2 different issues throughout the entirety of the season. In the regular season, defense was the reason you were winning games. In the postseason, though, the offense not being good was the reason you were losing games. So it's kind of a catch-22 in that right. And for so many different reasons, there is a lot to kind of talk about. So it's a big catch-22 with Trae. We continue on, though, in the report saying, quote, although that is his flaw, if Houston were able to keep Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., Alperen Şengün, and Jalen Green, trading for him could be worth it. Bringing a consistent shooter who has playoff experience would be a great move for the Rockets, end quote. It would be. And this is why I welcome you into the chat. Get into the comment section. What do you think? Do you think Trae Young should be an option? Do you think the Rockets should forget about trading, which is what I want to go into next? But before we get into that, in the comment section, what are you thinking about this move? Is Trae Young worth it? Which leads us to our next part. I don't think Houston should trade for anybody, in my opinion. I love the Giannis talks. I think that would, If the right deal came along, I'd do it. I'm not trading Şengün for him. I'm not trading Amin Thompson for him. I'm hesitant to trade Jabari Smith and Jalen Green for him. And this is where we talk more about what the Rockets probably should do and probably what they will do given what Rafael Stone has said. And this is, again, all from Ryan Diamond. Appreciate him and saying, quote, Houston should focus on the development of their young core. Green showed flashes of solid, consistent scorer, which was not seen by him before. Jabari Smith Jr., he showed incredible upside, as well as Thompson and Şengün. Eason showed a lot of determination to win. Reed Sheppard did not play many minutes, but he showed out when he started, and Cam Whitmore also showed solid upside when he played. Development could be a key to this team for years to come in order to be contenders. And that's where we talk about and kind of switch voices of maybe a trade isn't worth it. Trades are great. Giannis is a great player. Kevin Durant is a great player. But with this team and what they were able to accomplish way ahead of schedule, is it worth it? You have the number 10 pick. You could trade that for a star. You could trade that for more picks in the future. There's a lot of directions that the Houston Rockets could go at this point, and right now it's unlikely the Rockets will make a huge trade this offseason. But obviously, if you do trade for Kevin Durant, if you do trade for Giannis, it's not going to be a ginormous surprise because there's rumors flying. There's talks that the Rockets are open to a Giannis deal, and in the deal, they would give Şengün. But Phoenix seems also a little more likely because they have the 2027 and 2029 draft picks. Also, this year's number 10 pick was also from them. Rafael Stone could throw these picks and some players for Durant, Young, or pretty much any superstar on the trade block this summer. He also could wait to see where the other two picks fall. And that's where the question becomes, how much do you trust the player development of the Rockets? How much do you trust the draft ability of the Rockets front office? So far, they've done a great job. Jalen Green is a great player. Getting Alperen Şengün from the Thunder, he is a great player. Amin Thompson is a great player. In the most previous drafts, they have done good things. Even Cam Whitmore, he was a 20th overall pick, yet he was projected top 5 when the first mock draft came out. Now, Reed Sheppard has shown that he can be a top 5 guy as well in terms of draftability. So I'm very curious to see how much the Rockets almost believe in themselves. But at the same time, when you look at this and kind of look at Kevin Durant, his numbers don't lie. 26.6, 6 rebounds a game, 4.2 assists. Trading for Kevin Durant, depending on the trade assets, would 100% make you one of the favorites, if not the favorite, in the Western Conference. It obviously depends on how Oklahoma City fares. They're going to a Game 7 with the Denver Nuggets, and there's some injuries on the Nuggets side, so that kind of depends on that. But it's really a big question mark. And that's kind of what I want to talk about here is when you look at this Rockets squad, it's very much a good top 4 players that you'd like to keep intact. Alperen Şengün, Fred VanVleet, Amin Thompson, Jalen Green, they were all your top scorers last year. And in trades that we've mentioned, Trae Young, Tyler Hero, Giannis, Kevin Durant, one of those players is going to go. And that's just simply the fact of how basketball works. You're not going to just get away with trading picks and Cam Whitmore and Reed Sheppard, And so the questions continue to kind of lie here for this Rocket squad of the question marks. What do you do? Do you try and trade for a superstar? Do you decide that maybe it's not worth it? Maybe the best thing to do for this team is to let them develop, is to let them go out there, compete, perform, and grow as players. Jalen Green, 23 years old. Alperen Şengün, 24 years old. Amin Thompson, very young. Jabari Smith Jr., very young. Tari Eason, just starting his Rockets career. Cam Whitmore, and Reed Sheppard that are very much viable options if someone were to go down and they got more minutes. I think the best option for this Rockets team is to definitely be in talks because you never know what kind of deal you can get done for Giannis or Durant or Young or even Ja Morant. But if I'm Rafael Stone, there's only a couple players I'm looking at, and none of them are costing me Jalen Green. None of them are costing me Amin Thompson. None of them are costing me Alperen Şengün. I'm looking at only a few players. Tyler Hero, I think, could be one of them to get some picks because the big thing here that you also have to look at, you have these picks. And yes, they could get you Giannis. That is a big thing. It could get you Kevin Durant. But also when you think about it, you could trade these picks to the Miami Heat and then let them go get Durant. Because if you're talking 3-team trades, that's a very real possibility. Miami is going to be in on Giannis. Miami is going to be in on KD. And if they want to go trade for him, what's to say you can't poke your head into that trade, say, hey, Phoenix Suns want their 2 picks. We'll give them one of them. We'll give 2 to Miami. Just give us Tyler Hero in return and we'll be a part of this trade. There is so many possibilities, and you can use this Giannis hype and the trade acquisites that you do have to make you better this offseason without trading pieces of your already very capable team. Rafael Stone knows this team is good. Ime Udoka knows this team is good. And the questions are being asked because simply the first round of the playoffs was not good, but this is also the first time they've been in the playoffs in 5 years. You have to let this team develop, and I'm all for trading for someone. But Thompson, Şengün, and Green do not go anywhere. And Fred VanVleet should return to the Rockets, although be less than $40 million. So you're going to have to restructure that deal. But overall, this team is good where they're at. They just got to develop, and they got to see what they can do in the right now effort to maybe not use that 10th pick to draft somebody, but to help their team out in different ways. We appreciate you watching and all the support here on Rockets Digest. Once again, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, literally just 82 away. I would be so pleased if you would just hit that subscribe button. And we made it to the end of the video. Guess what? That means you're enjoying the content. So if you're not already, I would really appreciate a subscribe today, as when we get to 1,000, we're just going to get more and more videos pumping more than we have already been doing. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support. Same goes for Donovan. And we will see you next time here on Rockets Digest. Peace out.